Hello, namaskar and salam from Abu Dhabi. Iran is once again on the brink. Are these mass protests or the beginning of a revolution? That's the question many people are asking now. From currency collapse to mounting public anger, protests are spreading across Iran, placing unprecedented pressure on a regime already strained by sanctions, regional conflicts, and economic decline. But what makes this moment in Iran different from the past? And why is the world watching more closely than ever? It's time to ask.
I am reporting from the line that separates the SDF.
I'm here at an open beach. I say they are here to fight for it.
The cross-border shellings may have stopped, but this is a triangular spot which connects Israel, Lebanon and Syria.
I'm standing in front of one of the barnyard. My name is Anjana Shankar and you're watching Ask. The protests currently unfolding in Iran are not without a precedent. In 2022, Iran witnessed widespread demonstrations following the death of 22-year-old Mahsa Amini in police custody. Those protests were largely driven by anger over compulsory hijab laws and state repression, and it spread rapidly across the country. But the Iranian authorities responded with brutal force. Security agencies cracked down heavily, thousands were arrested, and hundreds were reportedly killed according to human rights organizations. This time, however, the situation is different. The current wave of protest is being driven primarily by economic distress, people who are frustrated because of the daily hardship they have to endure. So what is causing this? Iran's national currency, the rial, has been a dramatic collapse over the past decade. In just the last 1 year, the Iranian rial has lost nearly half its value. A year ago, $1 cost around 8 lakh rials. Today, it costs about 14 lakh rials. That collapse means people's salaries are worth much less than before. 10 years ago, $1 traded at roughly 30,000 rials. So you can see that there has been a gradual decline in the currency. As the currency fell, the prices of goods shot up. Over the past year, food prices have risen by more than 50% for basic goods. And in some cases, they have even doubled. Basic items like bread, rice, cooking oil, and even medicine now cost far more than they did just a year ago. But the salaries have always remained the same or even stagnant. For many Iranians, affording basic things like food, rent, and medicine has become increasingly difficult. And that is why people are angry. So how did Iran plunge into such massive economic crisis? The main reason is the international sanctions that still remain firmly in place. And the primary reason why Iran is sanctioned because of its continued pursuit of missile development and its nuclear program. In June 2025, tensions between Iran and Israel escalated sharply over this, and it even led to a 12-day war. We saw direct involvement by the United States that used bunker buster bombs to target Iran's nuclear sites. Analysts believe that Iran is continuing its nuclear program and its ballistic missile development. And there are also chances that Israel may even renew its attack on Iran again. Even now with protests spreading, what is President Donald Trump saying? He stated that American troops are locked and loaded, which means they're ready to intervene if Iran uses violence to suppress the protest. And if the US intervenes, that's exactly what Israel wants, because it will serve Israel's strategic interest in the region. It's not just sanctions that are crippling Iran's economy. Iran's economic crisis is also closely linked to its regional policies and its military choices. Tehran spent billions of dollars funding armed proxy groups in Gaza, Lebanon, Yemen, and Iraq. We are talking about militias like Hamas, Hezbollah, and the Houthi movement. And they are all funded and propped by Iran. And this requires big money. And Iran is digging deep into its pocket because it believes it is important for its political survival. So these billions of dollars are being directed outside the country at a time when Iran's own population is struggling with rising prices and shrinking incomes. So people are frustrated, and that anger is now spilling out onto the streets. Then there is the question of leadership. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is now 87 years old. And there are reports that he is seriously ill. Concerns over an aging leadership combined with uncertainty over who will succeed him, these are all adding to public frustration. And increasingly, we can see that protesters are openly calling for a regime change. They're chanting that they want to see the mullahs gone. There is a huge section within Iran that always had this demand, but they rarely voiced it so directly because they were plain scared of the regime. But let's come to this point now. Who will actually benefit if these protests will grow and even lead to a regime change? Inside Iran, definitely the people who could gain, because they always wanted a normal economy. That's what people want. When I say people, these are reformist, professionals, students, and ordinary citizens who are tired of international isolation and inflation in the economy. And outside Iran, the United States and its allies would likely be the happiest. America has long sought the removal of the current Iranian regime, or at least to have a weaker Iranian leadership, especially one that will not have nuclear ambitions and also will have reduced regional military activity. What about Israel? Israel would also see any drop in Iran's military power as a strategic advantage. We already see supporting messages pouring in for protesters from the Israeli leadership, because Israel has always seen Iran's current regime as the biggest destabilizing force in the region and even a direct threat to Israel's existence. But regime change is not simple. There are no clear alternative leadership ready to take over, except of course the Crown Prince in exile, Raza Pahlavi, who's eager to come back and take over the reins of Iran. But a sudden collapse of the current system could lead to chaos and internal power struggle. So the biggest risk is what it could mean for ordinary Iranians if things spiral out of control. As protests are spreading to more cities, now more than 80 cities across Iran. In some places, we also see reports of protesters clashing with the security forces.
29 people have so far been reported killed.
We don't know the exact numbers because it is Iran. The regime is taking a conciliatory position, or so it seems, because it said they are willing to have talks with the protesters. But the central question remains unanswered. Will the Iranian state once again brutally crush the unrest as it did in 2022? Or is Iran witnessing the early stages of a people-led revolution? Is 2026 the year of change in Iran? For now, the world is watching closely as events continue to unfold. This is Anjana Shankar, and if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel Ask, where I break down conflicts, crisis, and global politics. Thank you and see you again.